Hey guys, what is up? Velstra here, and we're back with some more Summoners War action now. Today we have a lot to talk about, but first off, we've done it, guys. We have finally gotten B10 Necropolis on farm mode. Now, the runs are anywhere from between 4 minutes to 5.5 minutes. We sorry, to 6.5 minutes. Now, I know that's really slow, but at this point in the game, I really need to work on getting them Nemesis runes and those will runes. So I will continue to farm it now. Based on our spreadsheet, our average time over the last 25 runs is 5 minutes and 21 seconds with a 84% success rate. Now, the way this team works on the boss is it's either sped up or slowed down based on Hua landing her slow. If she takes long to land her slow, we have a long run, which gives us a high chance of failure. But if she lands her slow early, that shortens the time down dramatically. And so we go from here. Now, in terms of the team, the team itself hasn't really changed much. I did 6-star land it, and that is why we're able to do B10 now, because Lanet just didn't have the HP before to stay alive during the boss, because the more times he gets to use his first skill, the stronger his first skill becomes. So we usually, when we almost kill him, we usually end up at a point where he one-shots Lanet, and without Lanet, it really doesn't work. Now, the boss always takes one of 3 people depending on what happens when his shield is down. He'll either take Lanet because she used her 3rd skill and it crit. He'll either take Adrian, the fire Elven Ranger, because he just violent procs and goes crazy. Or he'll take Hua because she is our main damage dealer. So we got, let's see, Rage. Ooh, those 2 subs were better. We could have kept that rune. So we'll sell that one for 13,000 mana. Now the next thing we have to talk about is this. Just came up in the developers notes today. Real-time arena PvP content. So if you look here, greetings from Summoners War team. Today we'd like to talk about the real-time arena because they know we've been curious about it. They say they'll start a test service in the version 2.1.6 patch, which is supposed to be June 21st. No, that's today. I'm not sure when that patch will be coming out, but they said test service will last for 2 weeks. Now, you can request up to 30 battles a day, but there's no limit on how many times you can accept a request. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can go to the community screen right here, where you either in guild or your friends list, go down to real-time arena and select someone to battle. No, this feature will be good for setting up little tournaments between your friends, between your guild. I'm actually thinking about hosting one between my friends and I for maybe a $30 gift card. I'm not sure yet, but I will look up at now. Your guild can set up one. So I know guilds like Malicious, Absolute Void, Ink Guns, the many iterations of the Kindred Guild, even probably some of Epic Fail will be hosting tournaments between themselves just to say, alright, Barian is the best in Absolute Void, Nick is the best. You know what I'm saying? Now, the next part, the next way is going to be the most used way in my opinion, and that is selecting somebody out of the chat and just pressing real-time battle. Now, I see this being done mostly when you and someone else or 2 people decide a monster like Kaz. Kaz isn't good, Kaz is food, blah 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 blah. And then you have the Kaz advocate out there that says, I can show you that Kaz isn't bad. Kaz isn't bad. Clicks his name. Real time battle, let's go. Now, for those who play MOBAs, they'll be used to this. when you go into arena match, you have your thing that's like a pick band. So one player will be designated player A, one will be designated player B. Player A will pick first. He'll pick one monster. He has 30 seconds to do so. Then player B will select two monsters. Then player A selects two. Player B selects two more. Player A selects one monster. Then they both ban a monster simultaneously. Now, the good thing about step 7, where there's bans, is that it's not player A bans a monster, then player B bans a monster. Player A and B ban a monster, and those monsters aren't shown until both players have banned. So it's not like, oh, I have Theomars, you have Leica or whatever, and then say, oh shit, you banned my damage dealer, so I'm gonna ban your damage dealer. No. No, one thing I must say about this, you're gonna have to bring multiple leader skills, because if it is that you only bring one leader skill, then the person more than likely is gonna just ban that leader skill, so you have no leader skill for the battle. So having units with multiple universal leader skills will be pretty cool. Now, I for one, I'm not sure if arena leader skills are going to work in the real time matches, but I do believe they are, because it says real time arena. So I'm gonna assume now that arena leader skills will work in the real time arena. Now, in terms of the match itself, after 30 turns, you will gain an effect where the attack power of all monsters is increased and the max HP of all monsters decreases. And after the first 30 turns, this will activate, and then every 10 turns after that. And then the game automatically draw after 150 turns. But in my opinion, I do not see any real-time arena matches making it to 150 turns. Also, each player has 15 seconds to make a move. If you don't pick a move within 15 seconds, then based on what I've read, the AI will take over, where if you have, say, a Velojule, he'll use Sanctuary. If you have a Vanessa, she'll prioritize her revive. So after 15 seconds, that's what happens. Now, for the test, there is no ranking, there's no other stuff that you get, like no crystals at the end of the week. So it's just a test. But I believe that once it hits live servers and it is good to go, you have rankings, you will have crystals at the end of the week, same as the arena that we have today. But in terms of this feature, I mean, it is good for the game because it provides some kind of real-time element to the game, like almost like raids, but better, because you can now have an argument with your friends and be like, "You want to hit me up in the arena, son? Let's go." You pick your monsters, you ban your monsters, you select the leader skill, and you duke it out to see who is the better summoner. Now, in terms of the the ranking system, I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, because you're going to have like newer players going up against higher level players. Like, will you have like a system where you can just go in and say wait for a match and then two people just matched up together, or is it that all the matches are predetermined? So isolate battle against you, and that's the only way you can fight, because currently in the developers notes it doesn't say anything about that. But I think that would be a good feature, but then that would take a little bit of matchmaking system where you say, all right, your guardian 3 will only match you up against guardian players, because matching up somebody that's challenger 3 versus a scat fetus or not a guardian player, that's just murder. But we'll wait for Comtos to give us more on that. But I would say start getting your teams together, get your monsters up. Is right now when you look, everybody 1, 3, so it's 5 monsters. So you pick your 5 monsters and you go. Also, a quick note: if I pick Theomars, my opponent cannot pick Theomars. there's only ever going to be one of each monster in a battle. So you'll never have a point where you go Chasun versus Chasun. So you need to set up like your counter picks and all of that. So like if your opponent picks Chasun, you know you need to then go and pick somebody who counters Chasun, and then they'll pick somebody who counters your counter, and so on and so forth. But I can't wait for this patch to hit the live server so the test can begin, because I know personally that me and my friends are going to be doing this because we've been arguing about who is the better summoner for a while now, and this just helps us to say you are the better summoner in terms of you beat me in the real time arena. You know what your monsters are capable of, you know their limits, and you beat my monsters. But guys, thanks for listening. If you have anything else you would like to add, just drop it in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, favorite, share the video, and as always, it's your boy Velstra. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.